Welcome back to the channel, my friends. If it is your first time joining us, I do a lot of GTR, Evo, and Subaru stuff on this page, and I have a ton of them. So I have Subaru. There's an MR2 underneath that cover, Evo 10 here, and today we will be working on a blue Evo 8, which I have nicknamed Sapphire. I have my white Evo 8 underneath this blanket, nicknamed Ivy. And then I have my GTR under here, nicknamed Reaper. So, for those of you who have been watching, we are back on to Sapphire here. And we did make some progress yesterday in the video. I pulled the head off the 2.3 liter stroker that I have sitting in the corner, and I threw it in this bad boy. And we did the timing belt, put the timing belt back on. I got this whole side put back together. And I think that's really it. I think the only thing I have to do now is to make sure that I can get the radiator back in, the exhaust put back on. Well, I actually gotta do something about this exhaust because I haven't cleaned it out yet. Honestly, like, I just need to clean out the surface here. I think everything else inside will be burned away, or at least that's the plan. It'll all get burned away. So came out here earlier to get the fire going. It is currently 53 degrees. I don't know. I gotta go over here. I gotta find out what the hell. It says 43. I don't think that's correct. I don't think that's right in here. It feels a little warm. Feels a little warm in here, so I'm not exactly sure what the temperature is. My temperature gauge is not actually right. But anyway, hopefully, fingers crossed, this episode we can get Sapphire going and it'll run really smooth. But if you've watched this channel for a little bit, there's some things like Sapphire that just don't really want to work really nice with me. I think mainly because this car has a set of 1200cc injectors in it, and I don't think that the tune in this thing was really good. So I don't exactly know what I'm gonna do. I do have a set of 1000cc injectors in here. Well, I have it in the house, but I need to wait for a tune from my tuner before I can actually throw those in. So I'm definitely gonna see what we can do. I don't have anything on my laptop that is 1000cc injectors, at least ID 1000cc injectors compatible. So all of the rest of my cars that I've ever owned have been bigger than that, 12s, 13s, somewhere around there. So if I have to throw a map on here, then I'll just throw a map on here for 1200cc injectors. It's not like I'm driving the car like crazy until I can get back with my tuner and he give me a map for it. But yes, the plan is to get the rest of the car going today and to see if I can get this thing started and it not smoke like crazy like it was before. So that is the goal. So fingers crossed on that. So let me get my camera set up, put some music on, and we can actually get to work. So let's go. right, ladies and gentlemen, folks. So with the radiator in, oh, I gotta put this on. It ain't a complete install if I don't have this line on. I don't have this line on here. So gotta tighten that bad boy up. But everything else is looking really good. I just need to put the intake in and the spark plugs and wires on coil packs or whatnot. And then fingers crossed we can get this bad boy started and it fires on the first crank. That would be amazing. But we'll just have to see. Just remember, do have those 1200cc injectors in there. So if it does not start within the first like couple seconds, I'm gonna have to go inside, get my laptop, and see if I could if I have anything else on my laptop that I can get this thing started with. So let's just keep going. People, so before I throw any kind of coolant in here, what I want to try to do is I just want to see if it'll start first, because I mean, even if it does start and I know it's gonna plume a bunch of smoke anyway, but if for some reason that it doesn't go crazy and it'll just fire it up on the first try, I'll throw coolant in it and I'll just throw it outside. So hopefully this thing will go first try here. I'm not exactly enthusiastic, but let's see. Oh, so the starter must have been disconnected or something. So give me 1 second. Let me check that out real quick. All right, so little concerning. So the starter signal was already plugged up, unless I'm not pressing down on this bad boy hard enough or something. Oh, now it wants to go, but it's just not. Oh. Oh my goodness. All right, people. So you heard it here first. Oh yeah, it's definitely running, and it actually sounds really healthy, because now that I have this new head on, it's got a set of 280s on it, 280 cams. So I'm gonna let this bad boy down right now, and we're actually gonna pull this bad boy outside, because I'm super excited about it. So far so good. But yeah, let me get this bad boy taken off the rack here, and I'll cut back in 1 second once I get this bad boy outside. All right, so before I pull it outside, I do have it off the rack to some degree. I'm just gonna fill this bad boy up, and I'll see what happens. Guys, as you guys do know, look at how much smoke this thing is pouring out. So we do know that this thing is gonna burn some oil. So let's look underneath the car real quick here, because if it is burning oil like it was before, definitely there would be a puddle of oil underneath the car by now. For sure, that's not how it's looking. So I don't see anything actively dripping, got a weird idle, which I definitely think the lifters definitely didn't have any oil in it, so it's gonna have to wait there. But yeah, so anytime you start up a fresh engine or something like this, make sure that you have your heat pumped on hot and all the way up, because you want your thermostat to definitely open up. So yeah, I'm gonna let this sit out here for a second or two, well, for a couple minutes. I'm gonna let this blend out here, and we'll definitely come back when it's definitely like at least kind of somewhat quieted down. I don't know how much it's gonna quiet down. Oh, I gotta change that. But yeah, like I said before, it is definitely kind of loud. The turbo, you can hear the turbo is really loud too. But one positive, there is no oil coming out, and yeah, there's still coming out here. It's probably going to be a little bit before we actually get all of this stuff burnt off of the exhaust. But yeah, I need to close up the garage here, because we still got the heat going. So definitely don't want to do that. Don't want any of those fumes inside of here. But give me like 15-20 minutes or so, and what I will do is I will cut back when we actually have the car somewhat kind of running, because it's still definitely not a healthy way, because like I said before, I don't think the tune is in the greatest spot. So yeah, I'm gonna let that run for a little bit and then go from there. So I'll cut back when we're ready to go. Okay, people, so after about, I don't know, if I had to guess, half hour, 45 minutes, I have no idea. The thing just, the Sapphire just would not stop smoking. So what I did was I tried to investigate here, and look at what I found here. So I don't know if it's, I don't know if you can kind of tell that, but there is a lot of oil. Well, it was way more than that. It was like piling up. Look at that, all the oil. Just piling up in here. So I'm not exactly sure. There was no leak underneath the car, so I'm not exactly sure if it was coming from one of the cylinders, but it's definitely getting way too much oil. So it's supposed to have an oil restrictor on it, which I'm pretty sure I do. Actually, now that I think about it, this bung here, this piece here, there's supposed to be an oil restrictor there. So I have to see. Let me do a little research here real quick. 1 second. All right, people. So this is where I'm gonna leave this video off. Right now, I can't get this thing to stop smoking, but I will show you this. You know, in the last clip, you did see that I did discover some oil in the turbo, and normally I'd say, oh well, that's a pretty easy fix, but I don't know if it is an easy fix or not. So I'm gonna assume that it's not gonna be an easy fix, and I thought it was, maybe I was using the wrong restrictor here for this bolt, the oil bolt, but I don't really know, to be honest with you. I'm gonna be completely honest, I have no idea if I used the right one, the wrong one. I'm not exactly sure. I know I didn't lose any or anything like that, but I laid out all the ones that I do have for this car, well, for any of them, and like these two here were the two smallest ones, and this one here was the one that I thought went to the car. Was gonna put this one in, but obviously it's way too big. So I don't exactly know what's kind of going on with the car. So when I put my hand in the back, you know, where the exhaust is, it's just all sludge. It's still burning, you know, massive amounts of oil, but the car does run. It smokes, but it doesn't smoke like it's smoking from like the turbo. So I think it's like, it's a turbo problem now But I have no idea. I'm gonna get this turbo off, and then I'm definitely gonna look again. I need to wait for it to kind of cool down before I do anything. It is smoky as all hell in here, and I'm getting a little tired. I really don't want to look at this thing anymore. It is really starting to make me really mad, but the plan is to probably put the stock turbo back on this bad boy, because as much as I like the FP Green, I think I might just have to get it either checked out, or I'm gonna have to try to buy a restrictor for it. But regardless, I need to actually take the exhaust back off, just to kind of look to see if I can see any oil on the back side of here, just to see if it is something, like, I don't know. I don't think that I did anything wrong. The head was fine. The car started perfectly fine. I checked the plugs. It's just the plugs are just running a little bit rich, you know what I mean? So I don't think that there's anything that I did with the head. I think it's something definitely to do with the turbo now. So yeah, this is where I'm gonna leave this video off. I will see you guys on the next one. Deuces.